she can judge after she filtered all the information through her scales in the left hand. We can look at the situation from multiple angles. If we plant the seed of avocado tree, we cannot expect banana tree out of it, right? So we understand the principle of cause and effect. Only those who don't do anything don't do mistakes. You wanna establish clarity each and every time with the person. You do not give up on people. You establish the time frame of complete full in and check in. And that is the just approach to life. So which kind of affirmations we can use in here in order to instill the positive qualities of this card in ours in the correct way? And what are the main keywords, which are the positive keywords for this card? It is that equanimity, equality, justice, knowing what is right and what is wrong for me, right? It's taking that utter responsibility for your actions, being objective in all your decision-making process, being decisive. So having that in mind, I created the set of affirmations which can help you in the process of establishing those qualities in you. So let's have a look at this beauty. I am a powerful phrase. Again, just let's mark it. I am objective in my thinking, speaking, and my actions. In my willing, you can say it also that way. So I am objective in my thinking, speaking, also feeling, you can say feeling, and then my power center, solar plexus center, which is my willing, my actions. Okay? Now, I can communicate, very powerful. Communicate effectively. I can communicate effectively and in a very constructive way. Now, let's have a look at her. Do you think she's a powerful, effective communicator? You know, I was very, very inspired by this card, and she reminds me King Solomon, actually, in the Bible. Do you remember how there was one of those stories when two mothers came to him and he figured out just by observation of those mothers who is the real mother. Watch this story in YouTube. You will see how he figured it out if you still don't know about this. It is really intriguing. It is really powerful. So King Solomon, how he chose the righteous mother between both King Solomon and that metaphoric story about figuring out the righteous right mother for the baby. I'm just leaving this small secret for you here so that you could actually look at it and figure it out on your own. Now, I will have an open mind. I will have an open mind. So the distinctive point is open. So in order to judge all the time in an effective way, judge, decide, right? Like she is sitting here in a very decisive way, having the sword in her right hand. In her right hand, she has that powerful sword, so she can judge after she filtered all the information through her scales in the left hand, right? So I have an open mind. She accepts all the points of view. And why is it possible, you will ask me? Because we instilled all the codes correctly from this card, the card of the Wheel of Fortune. We can look at the situation from multiple angles, not just from the angle of the bull, the angle of lion, the angle of angel, or the angle of the bird, right? So let me show you here. There are 4 creatures sitting here, and we don't look and read only one book. We are sitting here like that Sphinx and looking in the middle of all creation. Once we acquired that code within us, we can be objective in our judgment. That's why we got prepared for the card Justice, Justice. If we go there immaturely, then we will not be objective in our thinking. We will be indecisive in certain moments, right? So, and affirmation number 4, I will take responsibility for my choices. So we understand the cause and effect. I will take utter responsibility for my choices, my actions in this life. We understand the cause and effect. Now we are sitting like her here on this throne, and we understand that whenever the seed is planted, we will see some fruition out of it. If we plant the seed of avocado tree, we cannot expect banana tree out of it, right? So we understand the principle of cause and effect. Now let me give you the story of my life for it. So let's say something is happening in my company. Who takes the utter responsibility, that extreme ownership, do you think, for everything? Me. I'm the only one. I don't go and blame my employees for anything. First thing first, this happened because Yulia didn't establish certain system in there. And then I go back and first thing first, I take care about my people and I say, don't worry, my beauty. It's all okay. Only those who don't do anything don't do mistakes. So I took that responsibility on me. It's because of Yulia. Yulia didn't oversee something. Now I removed that blame from her, for example, from my beautiful lady who is in my warrior ladies team, right? In my Wonder Women team. So I removed that responsibility from her on me. It's already easier, let's say, for her. Now she can be in that easier state. Now we can communicate in a more effective, in a more clear way because I released that self-blame perspective from my beautiful girl, okay? From my beautiful companion on this ship of my creation here, right? So you always, whenever you take someone on your ship and you are the leader of that ship, you take that extreme ownership. There is no other way. Whatever happened in your company, you are to blame. And that pathway is not the easiest pathway because you will have to kind of like go and put yourself down to dirt with your face all the time, again and again, even if it was not done by you. But in the end, you hired that person. You hired that person and it happened because you didn't oversee something. And now, because it happened, you can establish the new control system and you can give the chance to that person and oversee that person if it is self-correcting or not. That's why we have a 3-strike rule. 3-strike rule in the company, what we have, it's coming from the EOS system and those who are in the business world, they will understand it. So it's when you kind of speak to a person with this new control established and you communicate effectively, hey, this is what I expect from you from now on. And in the end of the month, we come back to the same topic and we see, was it corrected or not? Okay, it was not corrected again. Then we oversee it the next month. We agree on again that it will be corrected. If it is corrected, perfect, we move forward. And most of the times it is corrected. People love that type of coaching. But if it is not corrected on the third time, the only thing which I can propose is to part away because I gave you already 3 chances. The 3-strike rule. So that's how we deal with these things in our company. And that's how I deal with it in my life. This 3-strike rule is in fact a clear, effective communication. Clear, effective communication, right? So you wanna establish clarity each and every time with the person. Hey, let's say you have an alcoholic family member. Hey, I really love you. I really love you. And I'm willing to be in it with you for the next half year. We'll do the most possible. But I want you to be also into it. Are you into it? He says yes. And then the next month we get back to it. Is he improving or not? Improving or not? And then you do the absolute possible to help your family member. But then guess what? You see the worsening of the situation, worsening. It's just like the person doesn't care. He's not willing to fight anymore. So by the end of the 6 months, you kind of like did your moral obligation in front of that person and in front of you. That's enough. So you need to call for someone to help you already professionally there. You cannot be there again and again. Otherwise, if you stay in that vicious cycle, not only he or she will suffer, you will suffer. There will be no life for you anymore. So, but if you see improvements, you see that the person is getting better. Oh my God. You see that you help the person and it gets better and better and better. You didn't refuse a person, you helped a person. And that is the effective communication with the world around. You do not give up on people. You establish the time frame of complete full in and check in. And that is the just approach to life.